Hello, crackers. Welcome back to the Blackbird Podcast. Oh my God, what a weekend. What a cracker. I have definitely made notes, and I can assure you I've already forgotten a whole bunch. But I definitely need notes today. As you know, my mind is just not what it should be. And I wasn't going to do this early on this very windy bank holiday weekend. But I'm on the clock, people. I'm on the clock, and all I want right now is a duvet day. But look, it's coming. It's coming soon. There is a nice break ahead of me. But I said I'd come in because I'm committed to you guys before I get committed elsewhere to like the loony bin. But look, we're here to talk about the Munster 100. First time ever. Happened this past weekend, as you probably heard me babble on about. And it was a roller coaster of emotion. There was a lot of fatigue, but there was a lot of laughs. A lot of laughs. Okay. So day one happened over in Blackcastle Archers. I don't know, I arrived on there at around 8:30 maybe. And it was fairly packed. The field was half full with cars and vans and whatnot already. The vans were the star of the show this weekend. There was lots of vans. Of course, aside from Peter's Jeep, that's not a Jeep. Sorry, Peter. You know I love to piss you off. But that's cool Jeep, dude. And the vans, there was an array of vans there. That's where I met Mark from the Northern Irishman. Mark had a cool Volkswagen Transporter. Nice, shiny, relatively new-looking, well-kept van. But he had this kind of kit for the back of it that it would just, I guess, two people could probably prop it up and slide it right in and lock it down. And then there's drawers and shit, and there's a bed, and there's like something that pulls out like he's prepped. He's ready, and it was a cool thing that he had. And Mark, it was great meeting you. You're a gentleman, and you took some abuse on our night in Limerick, and it was all in good fun. I'm sure you know it because you give as good as you get, and you're a funny man. And thank you for the coffee. You're a lifesaver with the coffee, buddy, and the water. And I hope you find the knife you're looking for. You're not getting mine. Mark was on my team on day one, and Jesus Christ, I'm shook. I never felt like this even after a feed of drink, you know what I mean? Bit. But, Mark was on my team on day one in Blackcastle Archers. And, of course, Blackcastle Archers. There's not many of them there doing it, but what they do it well, okay? They did a great job. I hope it was worth all the stress that you put yourselves under, guys, because you did a super job. And I still didn't hit those fucking targets on those big open spaces. I think they're like 55, 60 something, I don't know. They're far away, okay? But then there was a lovely lady from Limerick Field Archery Club. I put a video up last night. I think I know her name, but I don't want to say it in case I'm wrong. Because this lady, I call her Hope. When I see her show up Sunday morning at Limerick, I just felt there was hope. Excuse me. Because this woman gets shit done, okay? And she gets it done rapid. And thanks to her, I had multiple coffees Sunday morning. But anyway, we'll get to that. So Mark was on my team. Mark, a fucking gas man. We had a great laugh. But this lady from Limerick with the beautiful hair, I think she's mocking me with my hair. But we've beautiful hair, don't we, lady? Lady Hope, we'll call her. She got a sweet shot in that where we all failed. A sweet shot. And I had to put her up. So I hope you're not embarrassed by that. I just thought it was pure class. And I'm sure there's certain women out there in the audience who'll be saying, of course a woman can do it better than a man. and all that jazz. I was thinking of you guys when I put it up there, or ladies. Thought you'd like that. So there was Mark. We teams of three. So there was myself and Mark, and then we had this Miguel from Portugal. He came over especially for this competition, the first of its kind, Munster 100. And he thought he was at the fucking Olympics, didn't you, Miguel? Fucking Ronaldo heading you. So he was day one at the team, and he took it very seriously. And he looked like he enjoyed it, I guess. But me and Mark, we had that Irish frequency going on. So there was a bit of like, who's your man? Who's in charge of this guy? But look, it was fun. Everyone enjoyed it. It was great. It was a great day. Scoring wasn't too embarrassing, because they put up a hard course there. And yeah, it was. I think I lost one arrow, or maybe damaged one arrow. But that wasn't so bad. That was okay for me. And then it was a long day. It was like 4:45 when we finished up, when we got back to base. Fucking bed. There was a heavy heat there all day, which was tough. But just, I'm just telling you what the others won't tell you, because they're too manly to be saying. I'm man enough to say, Jesus Christ, I was bit after that. I had to go and have a lie down. I didn't. I just had a coffee. And then I proceeded to spill the coffee all over my crotch because I was getting out there in a hurry. I don't know why. So that was Blackcastle Archers. So myself and Mark then got it on the sat nav how to get to Limerick Field Archery Club from where we were. I think it took like 40 minutes, which was great. So we drove off that way. All I saw was road and trees. I saw no landscape for most of the trip. So we arrived in Limerick, and then there was another lovely lady this is what I mean. I should have made notes on the day, but you'd be tired. You'd be very tired, people. So we pull up to where we'll say the offices and all the activities usually occur. And this lovely lady comes out, and her soft German accent, and I think she was saying you can't park there. But I was kind of the mind, I'll park wherever the fuck I want. So I was like, that's nice. She goes, no, James said, I was get James on the phone there and tell James to fuck off. Okay? Because that's where we were. Mood-wise, fatigue, heat, you be sweaty, you feel I need to get tidied up. And I reversed there, and I got Mark to reverse on either side of Neil Keeble and his lovely wife, because they were there before us. And Neil just he had this thing, it was like a transformer come out of the back of the car, and that some tent thing, and they were set up, so we were all good. Two vans, we're staying in our vans respectively, and Keebs then has his transformer tent come out of his Jeep. So we kind of set the tone there. Then it was like, then this guy came out, this Peter, English. So we had a fucking German accent and an English accent. And I'm like, this is my fucking country. I'll park my fucking van wherever the fuck I want. But I was just cranky. I think I was hungry. You know what I'm like when I'm getting hungry. But it turns out, Peter is the loveliest fucking guy you could ever meet. He was actually on my team on day 2. I had some laugh with Peter. He's a fucking ticket. Good evening with him as well, because there was some fuck up with as you can imagine when you're having such a big event, there's gonna be fuck ups, miscommunications and stuff. We thought we were going to be getting food there, and there wasn't I don't know, as I said, miscommunications. And then it was raining, and you're like, fuck this. So around 6 o'clock, myself and Mark just crack a beer open, and we're setting the tone. And we're sitting on these little fold-up chairs in front of our vans in the drizzle, soft Irish drizzle. And we were just like delighted because you were baked and you had that nice kind of temperature off the rain. So here we are, the Irishman and the Northern Irishman sitting out in front of the vans, sipping on beer and getting pissed on. That's how we roll, people. That's how we roll. And then the fun began. Because Peter arrived down with his super Jeep, and that thing he parked it kind of near us. And he had this fucking... He has all the terminology for it, but it was like a fucking big fan that came out off the side of the van and sheltered us. Well, sheltered them. Dopey here was sitting in the rain, and then Peter, being the joker that he is, would hit the thingy, and the water would come straight down on moi. So thanks for that, Peter. But I didn't mind, you know why? Because I was kind of fucking roasting. I think I was overtired, hungry, and I just wanted to just get comfy. But it wasn't happening. There was no comfy. There would be no comfy on this night. But we were having the crack. There was banter. Was going thick and fast. There was, if you're a softy there at all now, you're going to cry. But look, everyone was fun. Peter set the tone because he had some Polish background. I think his wife might be Polish, and he had a bit of the lingo, and so he got talking with Peter and Peter's lovely wife, who I might add got me a gorgeous cup of coffee Sunday after the shoot. So thank you, Peter, and your lovely wife for that. So yeah, the night was starting to go well. Then we kind of realised, okay, there's probably going to be no food, no barbecue. But Peter then figured, we'll go down to the tents anyway, get out of the rain and light the fires. And he did. He set the whole thing up. And then it turns out that Peter is the guy that brews all this beer. It's like a hobby of his. Now, he told me all the names and stuff, but I don't remember. I know that there was a few. I know Owen's wife, Owen Reynolds, our buddy Owen Reynolds, his wife, Michelle, was sampling the beer. And it was a joy to behold. to watch her go from, lovely person to kind of like the joker and then the mocker. And the laugh was mighty, it must be said. Had a great laugh. And yeah, he made all these beers. And he makes more than beers. I think he does ciders and... Does he do wines? But he's the guy. Anyway, he was on my team on day 2. And I had who else? Jonathan O'Neill was on my team as well. Jonathan's another loon. I think Jonathan had 2 hours sleep. He was away somewhere the night before. He got home at 5, maybe. 5:30 even. He was up at 7, and he was over then to Limerick Field Archery Woods for maybe 8 or 8:30, and he bulled on through the day. And I thought he was shooting well, but it was getting us all at some stage. We were trying everything. We'd have a feed of jellies, then we had food. Actually, James showed up, and you can get angry with James, but the minute he shows up, then it's like. He's that kind of guy, you know what I mean? You can't stay mad at James. He's just he's James. And he did some splendid food for us, and we were so happy. And it's like, all was forgiven. All was forgotten, to be honest. But the burgers were delish. Oh my God. And the sausages were massive and delicious. And there was chicken on a stick. What do you call that? Skewered chicken or something. Oh, people, it was absolutely divine. And then there was some non-alcoholic beer. What the fuck did they call it? I don't know, but Peter made that. And I had this kind of, it was like a hint of what would you say, licorice. But it wasn't licorice, but it had just a soft hint of it, and it kind of caused this freshness to pop in your gob. So it was perfect after a meal. And then a coffee and a cigarette. And then that was in the midway of the day 2. And then you could, as you're walking through, because you go through the base a few times, you can pick up a sausage here and there. Or have a coffee break on the last 14. We had another coffee break because we were the walking wounded. We were zombies at that stage. Now I completely forget where I was before I went down this route. Oh yeah, so we arrive on in Limerick, and that's what we were met with. So the mood was kind of getting there only because you were fatigued, you know what I mean? And you were just getting a little bit grumpy. And then you had to make a conscious decision. Well, Peter, the English Peter, he was like, he really saved the day. I think he got us all into a fucking, well, I suppose didn't take much of a push, but we all ended up having a great time. And then the legends that are the Black Castle Archers. Derek, happy birthday, by the way, young man. You don't look a day over 70, I swear to God. That man, all he needs is a fucking band, because he's living the rock star life. But he arrived down with his crew, and then things went up a notch. And I have a name written down here. I hope you get this name right. But they have a new guy with them. Tom Loughnane, is it? Tom Loughnane. Loughnane. All these Tipperary rebels. He's some singer. I put a clip up of him. I got the end of one of his Irish ballads he was singing. He's got a really good voice. It carries really strong, really melodic. I thought it was cool. Really Irish, I guess. That's what I'm saying. But they were all looking for singing, and I was like, not today, no guitar, because I forgot everything yet again. I was a half an hour up the road on my way to Black Castle, and I realised I had no boots. I'd turn around. I was like, fuck, idiot. But, there was, I don't know how many people were there on Black Castle Archers. There was nearly 80 people there. Was there more even? Probably more. It was packed, like. And on Limerick then, there was loads of new faces. People I've never seen. But then again, there was more than Mr. Portugal that came over for just that weekend. There was a few other folks that flew in, especially for the shoot. And fair fucking play to you lads. I hope you had a great time, okay? I had a great time. I think it was a massively successful weekend. And I think, I hope they do it again. I'm sure they've learnt a lot, as you would do. First go, I think there's room for it. And I think it would be appreciated. And it was, like I said, I was taking notes last night. I was thinking, well, I fucked up this, and this. And it's something to do with your archery. It's more to do with your, have a plan B in case things do go awry on you. So, I'll be addressing these things going to the next stay over or whatever. But yeah, it was fucking awesome. I'll be honest with you. It was awesome. The ups and downs and it was a roller coaster of emotion. But the vast majority of that, fun. The people you meet. I fucked up. I had no kettle or nothing like that because I thought there would be one there, James, for the nighttime crew, us dopes, but there wasn't. But Adrian O'Sullivan, you fucking legend from Kerry, now residing in Dunbrody Archers, did very well, by the way, Adrian. Another fucking assassin. I have to start training. You fuckers are coming out of the woodwork. He got third place over the weekend, which is some fucking solid shooting, like. And that man saved my bacon. He gave me multiple cups of coffee. We had great laughs. He was showing me all about his van, which is class, and I was a little bit jealous of his van because it was super. And I got some savage sausages off of him. Oh, dudes, these sausages, you could hear them and smell them. I was like, God damn it. My stomach was growling. And he was throwing some sausages, like, are you fucking kidding me? I'll bite your hand and everything. Plate and all into the gob. So I got a bunch of sausages off him, which I truly appreciated. They were the best tasting sausages I ever had in my life. I love them. They were delish. Thank you again, Adrian. You saved what's left of my sanity. And he's shooting super, the bastard. It's the only complaint I have with you, Adrian. Stop being so goddamn good. But I'll join you soon. After my holidays, my regimental plan is kicking in, my timetable that I've put a lot of thought into. And I will be joining you in the hunt for victories. So Limerick day 2, I had, did I say who did I have day 2? I had Jonathan and I had Peter Wright. We actually ended up calling Peter, we gave him a nickname, Peter the Cheater. But it had nothing to do with the archery, guys. It is more to do, we were mocking him because he had some fucking gadget on his was it a sight or something he had on his bow? And we have to be mocking him, like, because myself and Jonathan were like, we're hunter recurve. I mean, we're still only puppies in our archery adventure, but we've high expectations, you know what I mean? Because we'll be shooting with these guys and they're fucking assassins. Like Mark from Mayo last week, and these fucking people, and then Adrian as well, another fucking assassin. And it's not on, like, we should be up there with you fuckers. But I know how this goes, you see, because I was an assassin for the first year. Unfortunately, I wasn't in competitions a lot, but I was a dinger. But it dipped in the more I figured out it's not good for you. So the more they figure out, I'm hoping there'll be a dip, at which case I will leapfrog them for a while and I'll be happy. I'll be unbearable, I suspect. Blah, 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 blah. Look at me. But anyway. So yeah, so that was day 2 and my team were brilliant. I had the funniest time. We had because I had a shit start to that day. I missed fucking everything. I mean, I missed everything. I drew a line through every time because I was marking, and it looked like, you know, when you get an earthquake and the needle goes up and down a lot. That's what my scorecard looked like. Fucking thing. But it must be said, after the break, I actually, surprisingly, I got 4 kills in a row. And then it went straight to my head and I got like 4 misses in a row. So it's like, fuck. But like I said, the company makes or breaks the day, I think, on the day. And Mark, the man from the north, on day 1, he had me in stitches a lot. We had great chats, great giggles, and it was like being in school or something. We were the 2 messers. And on day 2, then I had 2 messers with me, with Peter the cheater and the bear, Jonathan. John's a fucking, he had naked shoulders on him. He's like a fucking mafia man or a bouncer or something. Lovely guys, and I enjoyed my time terribly because of them. As in, very good. And then Mark Daly, who was nowhere to be seen, because Mark he was at work, of course, sensible soul. But he must have got bored or something, because I saw a text off of him, I don't know, by the time I got to Limerick it was around 6ish, 10 to 6 or whatever. And I just realised I had a message, so I was like, hey buddy, what's up, you coming in? And he's like, I'm 50-50. And I just cracked open the beer there with some crazy guy from the north. Why don't you come on up and have the crack? And fuck it, he did. Fair play to you, buddy. The legend graced us with his presence, and it was good to see him, and we had a good laugh. And he had the cheek to say I crashed early. I was drinking at 6, okay, Mark, my buddy. And I'm sure it was gone midnight before I did the Irish goodnight. I said nothing to nobody, just stuck off, crawled into the back of my van, and fought with my boots to get them off. And then couldn't sleep for love nor money. But good laugh, good times, as always, with those people. Great people. And I remember James showing up out of the blue. As he does. He's like a fucking, you be talking to him like, oh, hey Jay, where'd you come from? But no, Limerick was great and Black Castle was great. And you should both give yourselves a huge pat in the back. It was, I loved it. And I'd be bitching about shit like. But there's always reasons that are understandable. But my overall 98% of my time over the weekend was full of laughter and giggles. It was all good. It was all good. And it's a fun shoot, so I wasn't too... I mean, my objective was I'm going here to just get volume of arrows and be mindful of my shooting cycle and all of that jazz, and try to work on my distancing. And that's what I did, and I enjoyed it. And, you know, I didn't sweat the misses. Although I did, it must be said, I lost maybe 7 arrows. As in, they're fucked. They're smashy. There's one, the arrow tip, it was like smashed way back into the arrow shaft. It's like, so I've got 6 new pens coming that I'll be writing with. Big long fucking thing. But no, they're I was expecting it. There was branches there. I shot more fucking roots. There's one clip I have actually. It must have skipped along the ground or something, and then it just got caught in a root. But the tip of the arrow is inches away from the kill, and it's just suspended in air from the bottom of it. I must put it up later on. It was good. I have a lot there to stitch together, because I want to stitch it together and put it up, because I think those who were there will enjoy it, and those who didn't make it might enjoy it. And I know the guys I was shooting with will enjoy it. Forgive me, my voice is gone. I had an order for all of this crazy, and none of it fucking is happening for me. But let me have a look at my notes. Hear me, notes. I'm writing down names and moving on. And I'm like, what was I going to say about that? So the guy who won our category, I never seen him before in my life, and he's another Mayo man. And he actually got in touch with me this morning by chance, just to say hello. Rory Langdon, you fucking animal. He scored something ridiculous. I don't know what you're drinking up there in Mayo, lads, but maybe next time you come to a shoot down here, you bring some for us, because, Mark last weekend, fucker, coming down here, taking the number 1 spot, and shooting like an assassin. And now this guy, Rory Langdon. Rory, it was good to text with you. I'll try to get you a shirt, okay? I'll see what I can do. They're very precious about it, as you can imagine, because they're only fantastic, like. But, Rory got some ridiculous score. It was... I thought I heard it. I thought I heard it wrong, but no. Because I know that Peter... Polish Peter with the Jeep, he got a very good score as well on both days. In his terms, it probably wasn't, but I was like, fuck, how are you getting these scores? But so well done, congratulations, sir. And we were in Mayo, I don't know if I mentioned it a few times, I'm sure. Myself and the brother went to Mayo, I think last year. We got lost, took us nearly fucking 5 hours to get to you. And then with the shoot, like fucking zombie. We ended up at the end of the wrong lock, looking at a horse in a field, looking back at us, saying, what the fuck? Who are these lads? But Eva, fantastic course. I was actually only talking about it yesterday with my teammates about Mayo. And I think we've all been there. And we were all in agreement. You have a great course, especially that valley shot from a high across that sun shooting. You have your forest has a lovely vibe off it, lovely energy. So yeah, well done, mister. Hopefully we'll see you again in the future shoots. And hopefully take a medal off you. I'll say I'll have to hit you over the head with something to get a medal off you at this stage. But no, well done, sir. You did super shooting, man. And like I said, guys, I'm bait. I'm totally bait. I should be going to bed, but I have to go move mixers and fucking lawnmowers and strummers and empty a van to fill a van, and a fun day. And I'm going to see what... I'm going to give it a minute. I'll give it a minute. So there you have it, folks. I think Munster 100 has to be said. It was a success, and it was very enjoyable. Met some cool heads, and hopefully stay in touch with a bunch, because why not? And hopefully meet them all again at future shoots. And that's how we roll, people. That's how we roll. Now, you remember Owen Reynolds? Y'all know Owen. Come on, Mr. Stringfellow. You know Owen's got a club, Strongbow Archers. They're having I have to write this down, and I'm sure I'm still missing shit. They're having a big competition next weekend, which is this coming weekend, up in County Kildare, in Harbour House Archery Range. Yeah, it's in County Kildare. There's another part of that address, but you will, if you go to their page on Facebook, You'll find all the information you need and the contact information if you need to ask people who know shit questions that can answer. Okay, so it's a double Flint round, and it's on Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, or this Saturday and Sunday, as you watch this now. The winning scores will be the best of both days, and there was something else about the scores. They'll go towards some world thing. I don't know, Peter mentioned it briefly yesterday, but I have so many holes in my brain right now, I can't remember the exact wording. So there, again, is why you should go to their Facebook page. But in case you haven't heard about it, I thought I'd let you know. And with the European Champs coming up in March, the indoors, there's a Flint round there too. I've yet to do a Flint round. I won't be available to be going to this, unfortunately. I won't be around, but if this is something that appeals to you and you don't know about it, now you know. So go find out your details. Owen, as you know, is only too happy to give you all the information you need, okay? It's double Flint round again, okay? Same as your normal Flint round, but outside. It's not inside, it's outside, but it's the same thing. So if you need to get some practice on that, and I think you'll get it on your card then that you've done this, so how bad? It's all good. So go do that. Say hi to Owen and his team. Their little club is doing very well. They've got a great attitude. They've got a great philosophy, and go and have fun. Do your Flint round and do well, and do the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, because otherwise you're not gonna, score so great. So I hope you go. I hope you enjoy it and have fun. And I'll have to go now and listen to Dummy Archer, the Dummy Archer by Panda Boy. His sister Jazz, she started this podcast called The Dummy Archer. She took a break for a while because she was doing school stuff, but I met her over the weekend. She was telling me that it's back on. So there's one day I have to catch up on, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to more. I'm sure she'll have something to say about the Munster 100. Another perspective, you know what I mean? It's all good, it's all fun. So I'm looking forward to that today while I'm pottering about. I'll have that on in the background. I think she said it was to do with their trip up to Scotland recently for the UKFAC. So have a listen, Poe, and see what you think. Poe, who's fucking Poe? Poe, is that a bear? Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. I know I thought Winnie the Pooh. Shit. I've got to go now because my mouth has ran riot. My brain is just like, fuck you. Say whatever you're going to say. There's no editing. So, my crackers, I bid you good day, and I'm sorry if this... I'm not sorry, actually. I'm fucking wrecked, okay? I'm doing my best. I was there last night. So, I know what time did I get home? I know what time I got home, but by the time I got around to it, I forgot all about my TIFAM column, so I had to go write that. My eyes were hanging out of my head, and my brain, there were sparks. So I don't even know what I wrote in that. I have to check that out, actually. So, read your TIFAM magazine, people. It's getting better and better, more diverse, a lot of well-balanced read for all you archery enthusiasts. You can get it online also, so do that if you want, but I prefer having the magazine, It's nice. It's nice to have the magazine, and enjoy it, people. I'm going to take my tired self elsewhere now and be productive, slowly, small steps. So yes, once again, congratulations to Blackcastle Archers and everyone there. And Laura, I hope you're after getting some discipline into you poor creator. And Limerick. And James, you did super with the food, by the way. And thank you both clubs for your efforts. They were appreciated. Everyone I was talking to, even the fresh fuckers who just rolled in, because Phelan was there, from myself and Phelan of Red Fox were there, Feeling being the rock of sense, decided to go home after after day one and get a nice rest and recuperate. I, on the other hand, it's like, I don't know, it's like I'm in a band. I'm not in a band. But it was like I was in a band. Just a fucking misfit in the woods. Actually, I woke up, well, I didn't really sleep, but you know, you'd slip off and you'd wake up and you'd be panicked and there'd be no reason for it. Overtired or whatever, I was mental. So I kept waking up and going into the woods. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, just, okay. And then I eventually fell asleep for maybe 2-3 hours, and I got up then around 6:30. I said, right, I'm awake. This is just not happening for me, the sleep business, so I'm going to fucking get up. But there was no one up. I hate when that happens. So it was kind of daylight. It was very foggy and rainy. So I said, you know what, I think I need a good stroll. So from the top, I strolled on down to the entrance of the woods, which is quite a nice stroll. It was very pleasant. But this will tell you how fucked up I was. I didn't realise there was a tent actually on the side of the road, halfway down, we'll say. Turned out it was Derek. You scared the shit out of me, Derek. Because, you know, you'd be plodding along in your own thoughts thinking, because I'm not going to do stretches or shit that day because I'm aching like crazy. I thought a nice good long walk will sort me out. Bit of breathing along the way. And then I just saw this tent in the distance and I started freaking out in case, what if they're awake and whoever's in there, I don't know, they hear someone walking towards them. I don't want to freak them out. And then I just said, shut the fuck up, you idiot. You're only going for a stroll. But yeah, I went down to the gate. Some lovely woods there, lads. Limerick Field Archery Club. Lovely. But the walk back is a bit of a lung breaker. I mean, that's steep and long. But it did the job, because by the time I got back there, people were awake. I got coffee, got sausages. I was like, hey, this is good. This is great. And then the Lady of Hope showed up and there was more coffee. So it was all good. And then the day it turned into what I hoped it would be. And it was an awesome day, awesome experience. And thanks again, guys. So, until the next time, crackers. Take care of yourselves. I hope you're all recovered. And all you medal winners, I'll see you soon. So goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.